What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoy the Scale News Update, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, My Trick RC released a new light controller. This new light controller seems to be kind of like their entry-level controller that runs the high power attack, high power LED lights that they offer, as well as standard 3mm and 5mm LEDs. Now this doesn't have the functionality of some of their higher end controllers with brake lights and tail lights, all the different kind of functions that you can have for very scale applications. This one's just a little bit more bare bones, but still runs up to 4S direct power input, or you can power it off of an open channel in your receiver. Tons of options with this one, but at a great price. So if you're looking for a new light controller, check out My Trick RC. I'll link to this new product in the description below, as well as links to the rest of today's stories. CEN Racing has posted a new teaser for this week. It says coming September 1st, which is this coming Thursday, coming soon. And it shows the DL Series, which is the same series as their dually F450 that I'm sure you've seen a million times. But it appears that it's going to be in that series, and on some of their Facebook groups, they're like, it's the one you've been waiting for. Now that could mean wildly different things to you or the next guy compared to what they think, but you'll get to see it this coming Thursday. Next, new release from me, this guy. I recently designed up an interior cage for the Proline Power Wagon body. This is made to be 3D printed. I've shown it on a couple of my recent builds lately, but most recently in my Rock Pirates RC build. And it's just a nice tight fitting cage that fits inside of the Proline Power Wagon or the Comp Wagon. But gives you a place to mount a dash, seats, whatever you want to complete an interior inside of that. But super easy, print it in one solid piece, gives you a great result. I've printed a few of them now, super happy with the fit inside of those bodies. So check it out. I've linked to it. It's on my website. You can download the file and print it yourself for $1.99. Next, we have the tallest release of last week. This is the Traxxas TRX4 High Trail. This was Traxxas's big release last week, came out like the day after the news. This is the Traxxas TRX4, but lifted up. Very similar to the pre-existing lift kit that you could buy. However, as well as being lifted and on some larger 2.2 wheels and 2.2 Canyon tires, it also has a slightly longer wheelbase, pushing this thing out to about 13.2 inches. So not just taller, also a little bit longer, fitting that square body Chevy really well. That body looks fantastic. It's got the body clipless design like the TRX4 Bronco had. Reach in the fender wells and pop that thing on and off. Just a super clean option. So more than just a new body, actual change in the suspension, the wheelbase, and the body to boot. Looks great. That one is showing up at hobby shops mainly for display. I haven't seen it being made available to actually have shipped out right away yet. But if you'd like to, you can get those pre-ordered, either your local hobby shop or popular online retailers have them up for pre-order now. I've linked to one of those below. I want to thank Crawler Innovations again for sponsoring the month of August on the Scale News Update. Quite some time back, Crawler Innovations created a rule set called the Activated Outlaw Series. Now, this is a basis for competition that is fairly unrestrictive but clear, allowing you to have local comps with a pretty wide variety of trucks open to people's imagination, the different ways they like to build. And on their website, they also include things like downloadable sheets for taking score, and all of the information on the series is pretty well laid out. So you can go there, review the rules, which are easy to understand, and allows for a fun competition to put on in a local area that will fit a group that may have not built a competition specific vehicle for a very specific class. That can be much more difficult and off-putting to newcomers. If you've got a group or an area that maybe doesn't have a group of people that would be super dedicated to following a very strict rule set, take a look at the Activated Outlaw series. Near the top of the description, you'll find a link to that rule set as well as all of the free downloads for keeping score and putting on one of these events. Also, there'll be a link to a video where there was a stream of a guy who came out kind of for his first time witnessing one of these, seeing just how everything went down, new people, how the actual event ran. It's a great look at somebody who newly was getting into trying this. Check it out. And again, thanks to Crawler Innovations for sponsoring this month of the Scale News Update. Next, we had a release from Axial. Not a new release. It's just a release. This is the re-release or refresh, I believe as they called it, of the Axial SCX-10-2 Deadbolt. Now, it's basically the exact same thing as we had before, but with the updated Horizon electronics package. So it's got the Horizon STX 2-channel radio, the motor, ESC, and servo that Horizon uses as well. But beyond that, it's pretty much the same other than the colors. Now you can get it in a color that's not green, and then one that is, it's like green with an identity crisis. I think they are calling it beige on the Horizon website. I think it might be listed as tan on something. I'm not sure. Don't know exactly what they're calling it. They teased this as kind of a new release. People had wild expectations of what it was, and then it rolled out and it was just the Deadbolt again, which the Deadbolt was a great car. Now this came out at $340, which is $50 cheaper than the base camp, which is on the newer platform with portal axles that have universal joints, where the Deadbolt has dog bones and plastic links, plastic panhard mount. The base camp, metal links, metal panhard mount, universals, portals. Even if you don't like them all that much, the base camp is a pretty good platform, and it's $50 more. Now, $50 is $50. So it's hard to argue that it's not saying that that's nothing, but it does make it a much more difficult choice. I always like the styling of the Deadbolt, and I don't know that this was a bad car to re-release, but like announcing it like a new release, I think was where things fell a little short. I think it should just kind of rolled out quietly and been like, you get new colors. It's updated electronics. Not trying to make a big deal out of it. The social media comments were not so kind. I understand how both sides were approaching it, but if you're looking for a new SCX-10-2 Deadbolt, they're still available. And then the new Vanquish VS410 Phoenix was released. This is like the VS410 Phoenix Portal, but without the portal part. It's just straight axles. So if you wanted a Phoenix, but you didn't like the portals, now you can have it either way. These new axles are the same width as other standard straight axles on the market, like SCX-10-2 or AR45. The elements, 191 millimeters from hex face to hex face. That's about 9 millimeters narrower than the F10 portals that came under the original Phoenix. Beside the portals, it's got pretty much all the same features beyond that. Universal joints in the axles. It's got the VFD twin transmission, which gives you the ability to have dig and a selectable overdrive. It's got 90 millimeter shocks rather than the 80 millimeter shocks, and it comes with the shock tuning rods. So you can build them in 95, 90, or 85 millimeter from eye to eye, but still having the 90 millimeter stroke. The body is the exact same as previous, including the interior, front inner fenders as well. And this also includes machined bearing plates for inside the transfer case, since you don't have the reduction of the portals. Gives you a little bit more strength in the transfer case. Also, the gearing and the transmission, slightly different compared to the portal to give you a similar final drive. Those were announced last Thursday and were available at the time of announcement. So you can either pick them up direct from Vanquish, they're shipping now, or you can get them through some of your dealers already. Check with your local dealer, see if they ordered it already, or get one ordered wherever you like to shop. Check those out, link in the description. But along with those new straight axles in the VS410 Phoenix, new F10T axles were released on Monday. And these are a direct upgrade to that VS410 Phoenix, but rather than the fabricated axle style of the F10s that come underneath of that, these are a popular import truck brand styled metal axle housing that would be fitting underneath of the familiar styling of the body. If you want a Yoda style housing, it's now available in aluminum to put underneath of your Phoenix. These will also work in any of the other previous straight axle applications. So anything that had the D44 or the offset F9. So like the Origin Limited, Limited Black, or the Pro. Same internals throughout. So check those out. Those are available now in a clear anodizing or a black anodized finish, front and rear axles. So Charisma released a deluxe edition of their SCA-1E, the 2.1 spec specifically. This is the deluxe edition, and this is basically their previous 2.1 SCA1E, but this one includes a number of their upgrades. It does come with the Pajero body. The extra parts it comes with are an LED set that you have to install yourself, a 4600 milliamp nickel metal pack, a ARC2 ESC and programmer, and aluminum steering links, aluminum servo horn, 2 brass diff covers, Brax wheel hexes, and the Galloper plastic sets and the Galloper sticker sheet. I don't know specifically what a Galloper is, but you can get a plastic version. This new deluxe edition is coming in at $399, which is only $40 more than the normal retail cost of $359 that Pajero usually sells for. So handful of upgrades for the price. If you're thinking about an SCA1E, probably worth it to get the few upgrades. Horizon and Arrma are offering another limited edition NASCAR themed body. This one's on that Protoform Mustang body, I believe. And that's because it's for the NASCAR car rather than the truck series. If the McDowell team finishes first at the Coke 400, you get 22% off one item, max discount $100. Or if they finish in the top 10, you get 10% off up to one item. If you're a big NASCAR fan, maybe you'll know if the number 34 has a chance of winning the Coke 400. Oh, evidently that race already happened. Oh, he crashed. Scratch that.
Reddick just clipping the back bumper of McDowell, turns him into the outside wall.
He was even one of the first cars to cause the wreck, so Horizon paid him off. This week's Livestream Takeover with Matt and I is a special week. This week, we will both be opening RC 4-wheel drive mystery boxes. Matt and I both bought the high dollar RC 4-wheel drive mystery box. So, come see the mystery inside. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. But that's going to do it for this week's news topics, for this week's question segment. Last week, we talked about what makes the hobby difficult for you to enjoy. And there was a ton of answers that I expected and some that I just didn't expect and were great topics. Everything from, time and money, the things that most people are short on in some way. Not enough time or not enough funds to enjoy things how you want to. But then there was also some other just really interesting comments, some really good long comments. People got in there and just really typed some great comments out. Everything from like real world serious issues like anxiety or depression, as well as just it's too freaking hot where I live to do anything at all for the next couple of months at least. Just some great topics and some really good reads. And I do really appreciate when you guys put in comments. I read all of your comments. For this week, I want to throw out there, if you could change one thing about the RC hobby, what would it be? And don't make it be like everything should be free. Like if you could change one thing about the hobby, either for you or big picture in the industry, whatever it is, if you could change one thing, what would it be? Let me know. Put it in the comments below. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching the Scale News Update every Tuesday. With that, hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you're not already. Do it now so you don't forget. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they pop up. As always, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.